Okay, friends, we are back for the best part of our Use Canva Make Bank. I think that's what we called it. So I have my friend Kristi Dully.
Hello.
Kristi.
How are you?
Okay, if you guys don't know Kristi Dully, I'm going to introduce you to Kristi because she helps women like you, me, if you're a few men out there, to create a personal brand that reflects your vision, your mission, your values, all of the things you see in Camp Elevate, the stars, the galactic things. I have not done myself because she does all of those beautiful things. So first of all, we talked about your social media and consistency and solving problems and using content that pulls people toward you to educate, empower, and to show up in a professional way because you are the CEO of your business. So I want you to think about give us an example of what comes to mind on a brand that we can identify with.
So when you mean, what comes to
if somebody's like, what does it mean to brand myself? Like give us if we think about Coca-Cola branding,
right? Yeah.
We see the font.
You notice it, you recognize it. The whole purpose of branding yourself is so that people will stop their scroll. You are your own brand already. You have already branded yourself. People are following you on social media and connecting with you on social media because of who you are, not because of your color palette.
Well, and not because of your company either. And
that's just not the reason.
And you can, if you're a network marketer, you can even brand your team that sets you apart. Exactly. So when I first started, I thought a personal brand was that I had to have all these things. Like I had to have Pinterest and then I had to do this email sequence. I didn't realize it was literally like getting dressed in the morning, that this is how I would show up and people actually share my quotes now. Like I'm famous, like I'm Oprah.
Anybody can be famous and be Oprah too. This is the whole thing about branding. People follow you and they connect with you and you are your brand. The only thing that colors and fonts and an idea and a theme have to do with branding is that it's something they can connect to you and quickly identify. This is your post. This is something they want to see on social media, and this is something that they're willing to stop their scroll for. That's the only thing you use your branding for. As far as Coca-Cola, like you said, Coca-Cola's branding is so simple. It's one font, two colors. One of them isn't a real color, it's white. So but everybody, when they see the red and white and they see that cursive, they know it's Coca-Cola. They pay attention.
Coke life. Coke life.
Yes.
So we talked yesterday about content and how that people will count on you so most people that follow me are not going, I don't get like corporate men who are in burnout because my content always talks to kind of a almost empty nest mom who might be a little menopausal and can make fun of herself a bit. But I also talk about making decisions on mindset, on health, on empowering women to allow themselves abundance. I think that's what I do. It's just and so people depend on that. So if I started posting things about breastfeeding, they'd be like, what? Like, I'm going to go follow my friend Jasmine, who is a lactation specialist. And I am 54 years old and I don't need this information unless I'm like helping my daughter or something. So we talked about creating your content buckets. And I'm going to say, don't be perfect. Don't wait for the perfect colors brand, just get started. And so Canva is a resource that is, even I can use it. Sometimes I mess it up but Kristi's going to do a little screen share so we talked about having consistency in your content and getting it ready. So it's not just, oh, hey, I think I'll post a picture of my cat today. That if we're wanting to solve a problem for our ideal client, let's say that you sell essential oils and all you do is post cat memes, that's fine because a cat is part of your, not because Kristi's a cat girl, a cat is part of your, embracing your quirks, But we also might want to say, well, listen, we might have some cat litter smell, and that's not going to work in this house, because, and so maybe you're going to share something about an essential oil thing that you're going to do.
Right.
But you could put up a quote about being the cat lady and being the quirky cat lady, and imagine the difference of putting up the quote in your branding, in your colors, instead of borrowing somebody else's from Pinterest. It's powerful.
It is.
And when you update how your profile looks and how people view you, when they see the breadcrumbs in your story, like, oh, there's a transformation. Oh my gosh, she looks like she works online. I'm going to her profile, and they see a bunch of garbage. They're like, oh, she's not a professional. I don't need to ask her a question. But if they see these nice branded quotes, content that pulls them toward them, you made me laugh, you solved a problem, I get who you are by looking at this page, and I want to partner with you. That's attraction marketing.
Yes,
And that's how good marketers work. So Kristi helps us to up our image and influence and impact by visually being appealing. So
yes.
instead of being an overwhelm, let's talk about how you can use a Canva content planner to know. And I give you guys the plan. I give you the 5-post plan. So now you can put the 5-post plan right in your Canva planner. So Kristi's going to do some sharing.
All done. This is a brand new feature that Canva just came out with, and I'm completely stoked about it because I am a huge Trello advocate. I love Trello. I like to be able to put my things on Trello and say, okay, I'm gonna pull this and post it. And in some of your groups, you can schedule your posts and so forth and so on. The thing about this is that it's one place. It's
so I have not looked at it yet. You can schedule from Canva.
Yes.
This is like game changing.
I know, I love it so much. So when it first came out, I realized it came out a few days ago, and I was like, everybody needs to go check this out. But then I checked it out myself, and I was like, it could use a little tweaking. So I emailed Canva and I said, hey guys, this is really great. I'm super excited about it. I'm trying to understand how you would post multiple things, how you can create multiple things and post them from the same project into the calendar. These are my questions. How can you help? And they added another feature.
Speak up, be heard, be seen. I love it.
Canva listens to their creators. So like when you're a creative with Canva and you use it constantly all the time, and you come to them and you say, hey, I have an idea, they listen, they pay attention. So that's what I found that they did for me, or they did for everyone. And I'm going to show you the 2 ways that you can use the content planner that is located on Canva itself. So I'm going to share my screen.
And while I'm getting ready to share, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about overwhelm with something new. So make the decision right now that Canva is a tool that you will learn and master to build your business, because it's kind of like when the internet came in like 1980 something, 92. I was like, oh, who needs the internet, right? I sounded like my dad.
Right.
So YouTube tutorials, Kristi's got tutorials. There's so many ways, and there's templates that you can use. You don't need to go out and hire someone to build your personal brand in your content. You get to do it yourself. And if somebody's looking for like a color palette, what's a great place for them to look? You talk about first about how do colors work, and then in terms of hex codes. That's one thing I didn't know before.
So with color planning for your brand, I always suggest to start with what makes you feel good. So go on Pinterest, find images that you really resonate with, and figure out what the common theme of those images are color-wise. So if you're if you're picking a lot of floral images, or a lot of really clean images. When I say clean, I mean like organic, like canvasy, crisp, clean whites, khakis, florals, those types of things. If you notice when you put together your board of things that you love, that a common theme is peaches, creams, golds, and greens, then that's a perfect place to start with your brand. because those things resonate with you, then you will want to use them. That's the whole thing. People are like, oh, I need to do pink and silver and black, and because that's what's in. It's not about what's in, it's about what resonates with you, because if you don't love it and you don't feel connected to it, you won't use it. And if you
I
don't
totally
use
agree, said someone who changed her branding colors 4,000 times.
and if you don't use it,
now.
yeah, I know you've changed it a couple of times. But if you don't use your branding colors, if you don't feel connected to them, then you won't use them. And if you don't use them, then nobody sees them, and then nobody's connecting with you the way you want them to by stopping their scroll. So it really all depends on what resonates with you, what feels good to you, and that's where you start.
And I love stop the scroll. I'm going to start a hashtag stop the scroll.
So when you figure out your colors, there is a website you can go to, and it's called colorpicker.com, I believe. And you go to that website and you upload some of the images that you like, and then you can specifically, with a little eyedropper, click on the color and it will give you a hex code number. And when you have that hex code number, then you can use that hex code number in Canva. If you have Canva Pro, you can put it in your brand kit, which makes things a ton simpler. I'd highly recommend Canva Pro. Then you put it in your brand kit over here. You're going to see a lot of brands in mine because I create things for several people.
I love it. Oh my gosh, look at all those amazing people that have brands with you.
Look at these, amazing. So these are the logos in the brand kit. You just put your logos in here. And then you can come down into your brand colors and create a palette for your brand. You add a new palette, click on this, and then you type in that hex code number here, and that will be your color that you chose from your images. It's super simple, super simple.
So, and one thing, you guys, is you can go to Pinterest and look up, like I did this when I was looking for Kristi. You can look up branding colors. When is somebody ready to, if they ready to do a personal brand? I mean, I know that you are booked out from like the next 300 years. You used to, when I first met you, that's how we met, is we were just picking my colors. Now you just do certain clients. But if someone's
Right.
like, I want some help with this, is that something that they get on a list to do? Do you send them to another resource? Do you do it yourself? Like, how does that work?
I do it myself. But no, so I work with people on a regular basis. I am booked out for an extensive amount of time right now, but I would kind of work with people on trying to get a vision and a feel for what they want, and then I put together a brand package for them. And included in that brand package are the colors they would use, the fonts that they would use, and some ideas of how to use it. Even to the point where I'll make your logos, and I'll make them for your personal logos and your group logos, whatever you need. And I teach you how to use it correctly. Also with that, I do work with like Beth. I create all of her content for her. So she gives me a list and she says, hey, I need these things to be able to post on social media. And I take her branding kit and I create her posts for her. And then she can go and post them and schedule them and write, everything that is Beth, everything that you get from Beth, which is the content that you're looking for. The graphic just stops your scroll. That's the only thing it's doing. You're like, oh wait, that's Beth's stars. I know that's Beth. And you stop and look at it, but you're reading Beth's content. So I create the post, and that's about as far as I go with it. And then the actual content creator, which it would be Beth in this situation, creates her post, and it looks beautiful, and everything goes together and flows.
And there's so many of you, like I wasn't ready when I was first starting to hire someone to do all of that. That was like something that happened when we started having groups, and I have, coaching programs. So you can literally do it yourself. and you'll get a feel for what it's all about. You can look at Etsy, you can look at Pinterest, and you can do it yourself. And then when you're ready, when you're like, I've got a slide presentation and I'm speaking at this event, or that's when you go to, it's kind of like when you up level somebody like Kristi who works with established brands.
Right.
And so she has moved from, she's no longer like the $200 brand girl. She's like a person that creates the whole entire brand. So if you're just getting started, we'll leave some resources for you of how to just get started.
Yeah.
And then we'll also give you the resource of if you want to get on a waiting list and you want to do the full shebang. You helped Lori, who absolutely positively needed the investment because she's a realtor and she was putting her brand and website all over town. And when she started to feel comfortable with her personal brand and she loved the feel of it, she's posting more freely. I swear she up-leveled her whole business. She listed her first $1 million house and sold it. But the personal brand journey was a big piece of it.
Yeah, it is, because here's the thing. It gives you a level of confidence that you don't realize you maybe need. And when you feel like you have your stuff together.
Get your shit together, girl.
And when you feel like you have your shit together, then you are comfortable to post and you get yourself out there. And that's when people start to see you. And that's when people start to recognize you. And that's when people want to connect more with you, because you feel confident. You're putting yourself out there because you are confident. And this branding, it just gives you that little extra that you maybe didn't know you needed. Another tip I like to give people when I'm working with them, this is a secret tip. Quote yourself. Sit down, talk about something you love, you absolutely love, and talk about it for 20 minutes on a video or record it on your phone, just talking about something that you absolutely love. And then go back and listen to it and pull out pieces from it that you're like, oh, that was good. Oh, that was good. Because see, when you're talking as it is right now, me and Beth are talking, I'm not going to remember anything I said that was like, oh, that was a good one. Beth is writing things down.
I'm writing it down. I'm going to quotes.
But you just don't remember what you said that was good information. So record yourself more often, listen to what you say, take little bits, and then create your own quotes to post on social media.
The thing is just decide you're going to be your own celebrity. Like that's the thing is,
do it.
Because then people want to know, what is it? How do I work with you? How do I partner with you? Okay. So if we're looking at my social media and I wanted to post, it in, how do I do that? Like I've got my ideas, I've got my 5-post plan. I know what I'm posting. I've got a couple quotes made.
So I'm going to take you very quickly through a process that includes using the content planner in Canva. So one of the things that I know is, something that people post a lot are either quotes and or stories. People use stories a lot. So using the content planner, you would go to the home screen on Canva. Over here on the left-hand side, you'll see this content planner icon. When you click on that, you get the calendar. And this calendar, you can go out, I'm not even sure how far you can go out, but a ways. A lot of people, if you can get your content planned a month at a time, you are like next level. But if you can plan out your content each week, that's great. That is awesome. What I suggest you do with the content planner is go in here, let's start with next week. And we're going to go to Monday, the 24th. And there's a little plus icon here when you highlight the 24th. And you click on that and it will say either to create a design or choose a design. So because we're starting from scratch with the 5 posts, we're going to go to create a design. And then it'll give you options. So you can create a Facebook post, a Pinterest pin. Social media is like a square graphic that you can use on both Facebook and Instagram. All social medias take square graphics, so you can use that for anything.
So you can literally take my stuff and I can pull it from Canva and put it on social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, this is like life-changing right now, you guys.
So, and if you wanted to make a Facebook story, you just start typing it in, Facebook story, and then you have the Facebook story size. But for this example, I'm just going to use a social media square. So then this will pop up with the social media square and a blank template. So this is where people start to get overwhelmed and they're like, oh, what do I do? I can't make anything. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm going to show you the very quickest and easiest way to start creating your content, making it within a brand, and doing it quickly. There is a place over here called templates. And these are people that have made things for Canva and then set it so that other people can use it. So I recommend just scrolling quickly and finding something. Think about what you're gonna create. So maybe you're gonna do a quote. You can scroll through here and find something that looks like really stands out to you. That would be for a quote, or you can go into search templates up here and type quote. And then you get all of these square graphics that people have used for quotes. And you just scroll through here, and let's say you want to keep it very simple at first. So you want to do something similar to this.
Ooh, change it to my colors.
I will. So we're going to use Beth's brand to do this, but if you have it saved in your brand kit, great. If not, you can, once you click on a color, you just modify this graphic from what it is to make it your own. So you can click on this color and it will highlight the background color. You'll see it over here in the corner. You click on the background color, and then if you have your color palette set up over here, that's great. If not, you can click on this new color and then type in your hex code that you found when you were pulling the hex color numbers with the color picker. So I'm going to change this color. This is, if we go down here, this is Beth, her palette. These are her colors that we use. So I'm going to use the gold background. Then we're going to switch this color to Beth's brand, and we're going to make this white. Then we're going to switch this to Beth's brand, and we're going to use her blues.
Ooh, pretty.
And then we're going to take out good morning quotes. We don't need that. So you just double click on it and delete it. These are grouped, so you can ungroup them.
How do you ungroup?
It's up here at the top.
Oh, okay.
The button says ungroup.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's ungrouped, you can move the little pieces around individually as you would like. I'm going to completely take away that one that was there. It's gone now. And then we'll put, let's just use this quote.
Yeah,
it's
I like
here.
it. Don't let love
Why not?
Don't waste time.
Yeah, so then I'm going to come over here to the fonts. Now, Beth's font, she uses this font. It's called Arial Black, but she uses it in all lowercase. So I'll go in and I'll change this to a lowercase I. And then we're going to say that Beth said this and not Bruce Lee.
I like it, famous.
And we're going to change this font to, she uses Oliver Notes as her other font here. And then you can make it the font size larger this way by dragging it from the corner, or you can go up here and change this number. I just drag it from the corner because it's much easier. Then we'll change this to her bright pink color. We'll change this to her gold. No, maybe we make it stand out more with the blue. And then we can add some of her stars if we want.
I was just going to ask.
We can make it these smaller if we want. Just drag this white box to make the outlines smaller. And then you can drag the white box. It'll give you these little lines on it to let you know that it's centered. And then I have all of Beth's stuff in folders on my Canva, and you can do that too. When you go into your folders, you can create a new folder. And you can find things in the photos and the elements and save them to the folders so that you can quickly have access to them. But I'm going down here to, where is it?
There are the stars.
And here we have some of Beth's star stuff. I have some of the, we use.
Ooh, that, now I know how you do the fancy stuff.
And so I use this a lot.
Ooh, I like that.
On some of Beth's things. So like you can move it around and make it your own. When you put this in here, then you want to move this behind these. So you go to position and backward until it's behind these X's, or not the X's, the quotation marks. Now this is more in Beth's brand. I also have some stars, some Camp Elevate stars, and things that I can add to it if I wanted. Just to make it more Beth.
I love it. We should say, you're not the boss of me, Beth Holden Graves.
Yes.
I'll listen to my podcast and get some of my own quotes.
Oh. And then you just change this around until you have it where it looks good to you and move the things around. Now, this right here is within Beth's brand. She could easily post this as something onto her Facebook. Now, what you do next is you come over here to schedule.
Because oh my gosh, this is amazing.
We started by going to the home screen and we went through the content planner tab. So this is already set to schedule instead of download. So you will click on schedule and you'll pick the day. We had already picked the 24th in the content planner. We're going to change the time to 7 a.m. Here, done. Now it's set to post at 7 a.m. But where do we want to post it? You go
what
to.
If you want to add some, can you add text with it, or does it just post the photo, the picture?
Nope, you can add text.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, you guys, I didn't even, this is all a surprise to me. I didn't even look at this.
And this is the new feature part of it. This was not an option before. Before you could just post one page of one project and that was it and whatever. So they've added that you can now choose your destination and you can schedule it to go anywhere, a Facebook business page, a Facebook group, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, any of these things. So I'm going to choose my business page on Facebook because I don't have Beth's on here. So I'm going to choose my business page, and here's where you type your caption. You have 5,000 characters to use in this space.
I'm still seeing the quote.
Oh, you're not seeing the part where it says schedule?
Mm-mm. The quote is still on the, I think, on the share screen. Maybe it's behind.
No, it's actually in front. I'm shocked that.
Oh, I see schedule. I don't see the calendar. Oh, you're putting it there. Oh, I see. Okay, you're writing what you want.
Yeah. So you choose your destination over here.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Where are you choosing your destination?
Okay, so it's not showing you everything. Huh.
I'm seeing just the schedule at the top, the purple bar that says, if you love life, don't waste time.
When you click on this schedule, it has a drop-down menu.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know why I can't see it? Because I've got the little faces in the way. Everybody else is like, I can see it.
I'm like, wait, what? Now for Beth, we're going to go back for Beth so that she can see what everybody else saw.
Everyone was like, where is she? I see it.
So here is where you have your date and time. And you can change the date and time. We're going to change it to 7 o'clock in the morning. Can you see all this, Beth?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And then done. Now it's going to say it's scheduled for the 24th. It's going to my business page. Here's where you write your post. You have 5,000 characters, and then you schedule it.
Oh my gosh. And can you schedule it to Instagram from here?
That I'm not sure. I did not see an Instagram.
I don't think there's one you can, but you can get it ready.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is incredible.
So now it tells you down here, this is scheduled to be posted to my business page Monday, August 24th at 7 p.m. And now you have the option to either make a copy or go to your content planner. Making a copy is important if you're going to make another post that you're going to schedule. You cannot use a page from the same project. So like I create a project in Canva and I'll create multiple pages within that project. When you schedule them, you can only schedule, and then you can't get into that project to use it until it posts from the schedule. So it will give you the option to make a copy so that you can post other pages through Canva. And then you can go back and delete them as you choose. So that's what the make a copy is for, to make a second one of these and then make a new one. I'm going to go back to the content planner to show you that here is your post on the 24th. It's showing you in Canva that it's there, and it's going to post to Facebook. If you have a change of heart, you click on it and you can go here to these three dots, and you can either edit your design and change it. You can change the date and time you want to post this one. You can make a copy to make another one. Like some people will use this as a template background and make a copy and then just change out the quote.
So let me ask you this: if somebody wants to just post a photo, can they do that from here as well? If they use just like one of the, well, I guess you could use an image that just puts a photo, like a frame around it, right?
Yes. So we'll try that here. We will create a design. We'll make it a social media post. And then you can go over to photos, or you can go to uploads if you want to upload your personal pictures and upload your personal picture there and then drag and drop it. Or you can go to photos, and maybe you're going to be doing a water challenge. So you want a woman drinking water. Literally type what you want.
Oh my gosh.
And then this is my suggestion to everyone. Take the colors that you use in your brand and try to find them in the picture.
Like this lady in the
here. Like that could be part of Beth's brand because
she's wearing my red.
She's wearing
my pink.
Your pink. This is your pink.
I love it.
So that's what I suggest. Find pictures that have your colors in them.
I want to point out, because it's you and I, is that we should email Canva and say that they should have a little more diversity in their photos.
They should. However, I have noticed if you just go to the plain photos section that they are working on diversifying their images. These are newer images that have been added to the Canva program. And if you scroll through them quickly, you can see that they are adding.
I love it.
Better ones, better multicultural, that you can use that everyone can use for every situation.
This is really cool.
Yeah, I'm very proud of Canva. I'm very proud of them for all that they're doing. So definitely do that. Also, you can go to this more section if you just can't find the image you want, and then go to Pexels or Pixababy through Canva and look through their imagery. Or you can connect to your Dropbox, or you can connect to
wait, where is that? I can go to my drive where you have everything and bring everything over.
Yes, here.
I won't mess around with a Canva, I promise. You can do that.
I'm hesitant. I'm like, yes.
Yes. No, Kristi will be bringing things over. Last night I was looking for I was doing a promoter training for our team, and I could not find my slides anywhere. So now I know I'm going to have them in my Canva. I literally, you guys, I messaged somebody on Facebook who was sleeping because I'm in the middle of a Zoom looking for the slides. And you know how when you're on Messenger and you're trying to get the messages from the top, so you sometimes have to type something. So I wrote slides, and Kristi Rabalica said to me, like, did I miss something? I'm like, oh no, I was just looking in Messenger for some slides. Blair said, oh my goodness. You guys, just a little background into those of you that don't know me very well. That's why I have
Also,
Kristi.
that explains why I was a little bit hesitant when Blair said,
send me over. Oh, hey.
So I can just go into my drive, and I'm like, you can. However,
so I do want to talk, I think this is good too, before we wrap things up, is thinking about, we're going to do a training too on some of the different, when I first started branding and having real photos taken, many of you probably already do this, but I hadn't put things into a drive. So when I first started working with Kristi, I was like pulling from my phone and all over the place. So I think that that's a really important piece of taking your CEO role in your business, is learning how to organize, or knowing that you need someone to help you organize. And we'll do some trainings on that as well, because now that I have all my photos in the drive and everything's in the drive and organized, it feels like my closet when everything's folded.
Yes. And it's true, because then everything is there. And that's what, when I work with clients where I create things for their brand, or I create all of their content for them, I give them a drive file in my drive that they have access to. And I put all of their things in there so they can quickly go and find it when they need it to post it. No, with you, you're a special case. I create all of your things in your drive for you, and I put I'd create all of your designs in your Canva.
Yes.
So most everybody I work with, I create all of the designs in my Canva, and then I download them and save them for them. I create all of your designs in your Canva so that you have access to them if you need them. Another thing with this that I wanted to show you, that is the one way that you can schedule your content. The other way is that you can go straight to, well, not this one. You can go straight to a design that you've already made. And you can go over to this download button. Click the down arrow caret over here on the side and go to show more. And you can scroll down to schedule. And then you can start the process there.
I love that.
So you don't have to be from the home screen and then go into content or the content planner. You can go straight from what you're creating and schedule it from there.
This is like so game changing.
It really is.
I can now, seriously, the procrastination meter has just like gone way down.
Like imagine a week ago, before this was here, I'm creating content, downloading it, emailing it, uploading it, like all of these things.
So can we
just do it right here?
Create events from here too? Is that something they've done with
I didn't hear
covers?
What did you say?
Events. Can you like schedule an event?
No, these are only posts as of now.
But that is, so I can post into Camp Elevate that we're doing X, Y, and Z. It can be scheduled out. The podcast. Oh, this is fabulous.
It is.
And you can go onto your personal page too, which some of the planners don't allow you to schedule onto your personal page, right?
That I have not seen.
Oh,
so
you can't go to your personal
I just want to be clear. I don't know that you can post to your business page.
Okay.
For the content planner, but not your personal.
So
that is not an option.
And that's the thing too. If you don't have a business page, you guys, start a business page, even though you're going to use your personal page more for connecting. start building out your brand on a business page.
Do that
And
then
then
share
you can
it.
actually then post some of you. I want you to take it over to your personal page, but this gives you, even if you can't go directly, use this calendar. So when you say, oh, here's my post, take it from what you've planned for your business page and move it over.
Yeah. And you can post to your business page and then share to your personal page. And then it shows that you have in your personal space, you're showing that you also have a business page.
So if you were like let's say you were the Canva, not Canva, let's say you were the something CEO boss, and that's the name of your page, is the Flip Flop CEO, even though that's a book. We don't want to take that. How about the Bathrobe CEO? Yeah. Then you share it, and somebody that would, if I saw that, I'd say, well, why is my friend has her own bathrobe CEO company? Yeah. So it creates more intrigue and it gives you authority, because you have authority. You're a business owner. You know how that.
And here's the other thing. Groups are very good for getting connections and things like that. I know you talk about that and you train on it. When I'm working with clients, I let them know that when they are creating their brand, and this is an extra tip, I charge for this. And I'm giving it to you for free.
Yeah, for free today.
When you create your brand and you use the colors, don't pick new colors for your group. Don't pick new colors for your business page. Don't pick new fonts. Use all of the same thing for all of the things across the board. So if you post something in your group, and let's say it's a tip, we'll go with your essential oils thing. Let's say it's a tip for using essential oils, and you have a logo for your group, but it's in your colors and in your fonts. Then you can take that same graphic that you created, you can post it onto your personal page, and people will recognize it because it's your colors and your fonts. But then they'll see this logo over here that's a group, and that gets them thinking, and they're like, wait, what is this? I didn't know about this group. What is this that you're doing? And that gets other people, that helps you convert people from your personal page into your group as well.
That is a millionaire tip right there.
I mean, it is.
Oh my gosh.
Don't recreate the wheel for everything you do. Just don't. Because here's the thing, and you want to brand personally, because people make decisions where they want to make a change in life. And if you decide that you don't want to do essential oils, if you decide that you don't want to do essential oils and now you want to do fitness wear, then you switch over and you do fitness wear. You've already branded yourself personally. You make a new group. You take the same colors and the same fonts that you used to create your personal brand and your other essential oil brand, and now you create your fitness wear brand, and it all goes together.
Well, and as we talked yesterday in the training about who you are, so if one of my pillars is to be you bravely, help women to be brave about their next steps. So whether you're an essential oil entrepreneur as one of your streams of income, or an author, or maybe fitness wear, that fits. So you want to choose, when you're choosing your, what we call your buckets, or your magazine headlines,
right,
that they fit. So it's not just, so if you health and wellness, somebody that does essential oils, health and wellness, so is athletic wear. So it's part of that big picture of I'd like to do it on big whiteboards of who I stand for. It's, like I said, if I started posting about breastfeeding, I don't talk about being a young mompreneur and balancing the baby on one hip. That is not part of who you expect from me, but I still can help a young mom get started in business. Right. But you just have to be consistent. It's kind of like if my kids came in and I was playing AC/DC instead of the Dixie Chicks, they'd be like, what's going on? It'd be fun for a minute, but then I'd have a headache and
right. Yeah. And that's the whole thing about branding. You're already branding yourself online. So what you do, what your content that you create and how it looks are, that's added bonuses. But you can literally break down your content in so many pieces that you will have content to create all the time.
Do you want to hear something funny?
I do.
So my daughter, Mackenzie, said, Mom, you just like, I said, oh, well, at Kristi, she has help like with my brand and my marketing. She's like, Mom, you just decided you were famous one day. And I said, you know what? You're right. I decided I wanted to be famous. So I was going to make myself famous. And she's like, really? The only people that know you are your online friends in camp.
Oh, that's what I say too. But my husband's always like, so how do you know these people? And I'm like, online, social media.
Social media. I was supposed to meet you in real life at Mackinac Island. I just didn't make it there. And one more thing, you guys, is be authentic. I mean, yes, you're going to fall in love with other people's colors and brands,
Right.
but make it something that is you, and then consistently show up consistently. And so Kristi will give you information about how to get on her list. This was free, and she really doesn't have a lot of space to take new clients, but some of you have other businesses too that you might be thinking. If you think about, I even talked to my husband that they do equine insurance, and their branding is like so 1984, that thinking about, Kristi doesn't just do like a network marketer or an Etsy person. So just start to take a look and notice what I started noticing, all of the things that I loved, that made me feel happy, that started to speak to, we used to have a lot of earthy green. And even though we're Camp Elevate, Kristi said to me one day, I don't really see you like in a tent. And I said, you're right. I am not in a tent.
I mean, you're more of like, maybe we put you in, a high-end Airstream
with chandeliers and
Yeah.
stars.
Yeah.
I do have a dream of a high-end Airstream. So.
Oh, I do too.
Kristi, I know that this training is in demand from other people that asked, and I'm just so glad we asked first.
It's true. When I first announced it on my Facebook, everybody was like, wait, what? Are you doing a training on this? I need to know. How do you work? How does this work? And
then come to camp and watch.
Steph slides into the inbox and she's like, hey, how about you do a training in camp with me first?
You never know unless you ask.
It's true.
That's going to be another quote. Ask for everything.
Everything.
Well, Kristi, thank you so much for coming to camp today and sharing us Canva. Let's see. Oh, we're still recording. I think you have the recording power.
Oh yeah, I do. Do I need to stop it?
We can stop it all together. Bye, guys.
Bye.